Welcome back, everybody. I'm Michael Foley, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to do an Omoplata shoulder lock. So if you already know what a Kimura is, it's good to keep in mind that an Omoplata is very similar to a Kimura. Just instead of doing the shoulder lock with your hands, you're going to do it with your legs. It looks like this. So without any setups or anything like that, so Nick's left arm, for argument's sake, my right leg hits him in the back of the shoulder. I move all the way over to this side here. Nick flattens out. And from flattening Nick out, I sit up, control his elbow, drape my body over his, and then I put him in the shoulder lock. That's the exact same position as the Kimura finish. Disclaimer, I don't want you to just go for this lock like this. We gotta talk about setups, but let's look at this now in a second. Just broadly speaking, this is what it looks like. This hand over here gets isolated. My other foot, I'm just using this to bump my hip out. But my right leg, I'm gonna hit him in the armpit with the bottom of my leg, and I wanna get my foot past his shoulder right here. Once it's above his shoulder, I can start moving my head towards his feet and flattening Nick out. When I sit up, control the elbow, drape your body over theirs, tuck your feet in behind, and there's your shoulder lock. So let's look at a couple of practical scenarios where you'll have the opportunity to do an Omoplata. The first one's simple enough. I'm going for an arm lock, and Nick pulls his arm out. If he's able to pull his arm out, I want to keep my weight down heavy on the back of his head so he's having trouble getting his posture. Then this hand here is going to push on his wrist. I'm going to elevate my hips and push his wrist over towards my right hip. Then I'm going to switch that off to my right hand. Still keeping pressure right here on his head, I'm going to push and get my right leg above his shoulder. Once I've got that position there, foot goes to the floor and I walk out. Keep walking out until I flatten him out, and then sit up, grab their elbow, drape your hip over their hip, tuck your foot in behind so you can push off with this. And I want to concentrate on driving my right hip forward so that his hand gets closer to the back of his head, all while keeping weight on the back of his shoulder. The second scenario is only going to come up if your partner doesn't have discipline with the controlling arm right here when he's passing guard. So if Nick is passing my guard, pushing down on my knee, and his elbow is clear, what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to take this foot and I'm going to put it on his hip, control the guy's wrist, and hit him hard in the back of the armpit with the bottom of my leg. So now we're in a similar position. Base my foot on the floor. I'm going to walk out, pushing heavy with my right leg, sit up, catch the elbow, drape over his hips, and finish the shoulder lock. This is how to do an Omoplata if you want to be a bit of a bully about it. So you can force this on somebody. You don't have to wait for them to give you the opportunity. You're going to do that with this grip here. So my right hand makes a pocket grip on his wrist. My left hand grabs his left collar. I'm going to keep biting into him with my right foot, and my hips are off the floor right here. Now my left foot, I'm gonna put it right here on his shoulder, and I'm gonna push with that. I'm gonna push back, and I'm gonna pull with this one, loop to this position. Keep this heel down and heavy on the back of the shoulder. When this foot hits the floor, you walk out and push forward. Then sit up, control the elbow, and finish the lock. One thing you gotta watch out for when you're doing this move is Nick has the opportunity, if he can get his hips high and I'm doing this move, he can roll out of this. Boom. And then we're in a situation where we've got a scramble right here. Maybe I'll switch to an arm lock. Maybe he'll come up and get on top. What I want to do there instead is when I'm going for the Omoplata, I want to put pressure forward here, but be mindful of this right here. Maybe I'll grab the belt. Maybe I'll grab his far side cuff. Maybe I'll hook the leg right here. But if Nick starts to elevate his hips at all, I want to keep this intact and then concentrate on walking away and flattening them out. Let's just say Nick beat me to the punch, and before I got a chance to control anything right here, he's elevating his hips. What I'm looking to do is this hand goes underneath, and I want to hug his leg tight to my body. I'm still putting downward pressure here, but when he drives his hip into the air to roll, I'm gonna roll belly down this way towards him. Then I come up to this position here. Now from here you got some options, but the most likely one is pull up on their head, roll this way, and then switch to a triangle choke. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I'm Michael Foley. I'll see you on the mats.